with children out-earn their counterparts 2-1. You want drive and purpose and grounding and to literally see God's, to literally have God put angels in your arms, because that's what happens when you have children. That's it. This is what libs come home to every single day. Looks familiar. Who is that lady? Who is that? That's a little strange, that. Got any parents in the audience? Raise your hand if you're a parent. Don't care the age. Okay, what's going on in this photo? What's happening? I think I heard it. Only parents know. Only parents know what's going on in this photo. That's it. I heard it. Yeah. Parents know that kid is doing his business, right? It's like parents saw this clip and said, "Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Hold your horses. Something's going on. Oh, no. Jump. Jump. No. No. Oh, Joe, don't do it." Maybe this is why Jill had to take him out of the ceremony early. Jill's like, "We're getting out of here. We gotta go." He's done it before, too. What's it? What is that? If you ask Joe, he'll tell you. All right. Take the president out of order. Are you pooping? My toddler in the corner. Parents know. Parents just know. Okay? This has started a trend. This will do in a Biden. What people don't understand is, you remember when Trump actually fat-shamed Kim Jong-un to his face? It's like, oh, you're very thin. He said that in the meeting. It's amazing. It's an active war zone. Like, you know that they never made peace with America? And Trump's, as president, like walking into an active war zone, making peace with their leader. There's never been an American president that's ever done that. And that makes Trump the most pro-life president in history because he started no new wars. He's the first president to speak at the March for Life. Donald Trump's Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. He's the most pro-life president in history, period. All these other Republican presidents, they lied to you. They never spoke at the March for Life. Trump was the first president in history to speak at the March for Life. Trump cares about children. He stopped human trafficking, child smuggling. Closing the border is stopping tens of millions of children getting trafficked, right? Yeah. How does Joe Biden treat children? You creepy weirdo. Get away. Get away. Dude! But the kids always know, right? The kids always know. Watch this kid. Kids always know. Get out of here! Get away from me. It's hard to watch, isn't it? Right? Parents out there. Parents out there. You ever have you noticed that your kids feel like, your kids are able to feel the energy of people? And they're able to sort of understand when they're around a good person and a bad person? They have this because they're connected with God, because they have this pure heart, they understand these things. And they understand that about Joe Biden. And about somebody else. Like my favorite clip ever.
You want to go back to them, or do you want to stay with Donald Trump?
You will never see a clip like that of Joe Biden. I want him back. I want him back. Bring him back. Come on. Okay, so Donald Trump, pro-life. How does Donald Trump treat his grandkids? This is the day that they found Donald Trump guilty. In that BS trial. Here's Trump with his beautiful grandchildren. Look at this man. Light as air. See if you can spot the difference between the way that Joe Biden treats his beautiful granddaughter, Navy Joan Roberts. Joe Biden doesn't even acknowledge her existence until he's sued by the family to acknowledge her. In fact, Joe Biden wouldn't even hang a stocking at the White House for that beautiful child. Shame on him. Shame on the entire wretched family. They hung a stocking for the rabies-laden dog that bites everybody. You can always tell, right? You can tell people, you can tell the quality of a person by their children, how their children grow, and their pets. Isn't that true? Like if the dogs are terrible, if the kids are terrible, then their owners, then their parents and their owners are terrible. These are terrible people. There's a mystery in Washington, D.C. The mystery is called, who left the coke at the White House? It's Zelensky. You know, we'll never know. And it's really, it's a mystery. Repeat the line, okay? It's the world's mystery. It's a special vacuum in the Oval Office. I don't know. We're looking into it. We're looking into it. Greatest thing happened this week. Joe Biden gave a speech about responsible gun ownership. Meanwhile, on the other side of the screen, Hunter Biden's found guilty on irresponsible gun ownership. You can just tell, right? Hunter Biden, he's a monster. You know, you look into what we learned from that trial, he's a monster. Hunter Biden's a very, very bad person, and it's a reflection of horrible parenting and who Joe Biden actually is, right? You really can't. Christ says, judge a tree by its fruit. And you can really do that with kids and parents. Would you rather Hunter Biden or these to be your kids? And let me know by a voice vote, who's ready for the Barron Trump revenge tour? You can't even fit him on the slide. Here's the most important thing that we found out. Really quickly here, ladies and gentlemen. The most important thing we found out from this trial is that they did rig the 2020 election. traitors who all belong in Guantanamo Bay lied to you. The 51 intel experts, they lied to you to rig the election. This is why I love this new sign for the Trump campaign. Too big to rig. This is what we gotta be in 2024. And we got so much good energy on our side. We got so much good energy, so much cultural energy. Look at Dana White and Kid Rock and Tucker Carlson walking into UFC. Come on, baby. We got so much good energy on our side. Elon Musk is saying prosecute Fauci, the richest guy in the world. That backfired. Look at him go. People turned into wrapping paper. And speaking of rappers got it tattooed on their bodies. So I would think that we officially got a backfire here. And by the way, that's the polls. So, ladies and gentlemen, in closing here, help me say with one unified voice a message to these monstrous, failed, evil ruling class here in this country who've tried to stop this movement and who have and will fail. That even though they are doing everything they possibly can to destroy us and destroy our lives, and they feel like they're in charge of everything and they run this country, but they're not in charge. God is in charge. Our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, is in charge. And ladies and gentlemen, we will have the victory, okay? Can I give you one final name for us to send a message by being joyous and light of heart and to manifest, ladies and gentlemen, this in November.
My fellow Americans, this is the truth. Look at the chaos. End it now.
About to collapse as the world's reserve currency. As of last week, the petrodollar, the 50-year agreement between the United States and Saudi Arabia to price all international oil transactions in US dollars, officially came to an end, causing a number of forecasters to openly ask, does the end of the petrodollar mean the end of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency? And if so, what's replacing it? Well, that's what we're going to find out in today's video. I'm Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, and we're going to take a look at the fate of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency, what it really means for you and for me. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's dive right in. Forbes had a fascinating article a couple of weeks back on how the Fed is, in their words, quietly admitting that the dollar is increasingly being replaced by gold. Nations are more and more returning to the timeless value of gold and silver for their financial reserves, but the Fed is doing everything they can to downplay that great return, as it were. Venture capitalist Balaji Srinivasan couldn't help but mock the Fed and their ridiculous denialism. He noted that while the Fed is now admitting that countries are moving back to gold, that admission is tempered by the claim that it's just a small group of nations. That's all. Just a handful. Nothing more, nothing to see here. A small handful. That's it. But then Balaji lists that small handful of nations. You know, nations like China, India, Russia, Turkey. In other words, this small group of nations actually represents 3 billion people. That means nearly 40% of the world is moving away from dollars towards gold. And we're already seeing the effect of this. All told, the percentage of global reserves in US dollars has fallen from 72% in 1999 to a new low of 59% today. And this is one of the reasons why the price of gold has been soaring of late. If you haven't noticed, over the last 6 months, the price of gold has shot up 23%, lifting the commodity to its highest price ever. And the reason for that is we're beginning to see nations like China dumping the dollar and putting the reserves in gold. That's why Western nations today are no longer the chief buyers of gold. That privilege now belongs to China, and by a lot. China today accounts for upwards of 2/3 of global gold purchases, making it the undisputed current king of gold. And it's not just China. It's now widely recognized that non-Western central banks are buying up gold big time. That buying spree appears to just get started. Forbes recently featured an article that found that more and more central banks around the world are starting to sell off and even avoid U.S. Treasury securities. A decade ago, foreign central banks and investors owned 43% of our national debt. Today, that number's dropped to just 30%. And central banks are serious about this. Again, a decade ago, central banks, they held just about 4% of the world's gold supply. Today, that number has shot up to 35%. Again, this is why the price of gold is extremely high, because all said and done, more and more nations are dropping the U.S. dollar and instead turning to gold as a hedge for that declining dollar. That's why we partnered with the amazing company Gold, because they're patrons to us like us who want to help you and guide you to how to get precious metals completely tax-free and penalty-free. They're amazing. I simply could not possibly recommend a company more. In fact, click on that link below. Right now, you can get your very own absolutely free gold and silver kit. It's an amazing free resource that shows you step-by-step how to get the precious metals, even if your money's still in a retirement account like an IRA or 401k. And again, it just shows you how awesome the gold so are. The best part is that you may actually already qualify to get up to $10,000 in silver. I told you they're the best. They're amazing. So what are you waiting for? Get in on the act by clicking on that link below, or go to CharlieTalksLikesGold.com and get your free gold and silver promises to be real like you. So more and more nations are going back to gold and silver for their financial reserves. Where does that lead to this country? Well, the good news is that because of the dollar's reliability and stability, it remains very, very strong and sought after around the world. Yes, it's true. There has been significant de-dollarization. In 2001, 73% of global reserves were held in dollars. Today, that percentage has dropped to the 80%. But we have to distinguish between how much currency is kept as a share of the reserves of the central banks around the globe, which has definitely decreased, versus how much it continues to use everyday global financial transactions. And that's where the dollar remains very strong. In other words, while nations are clearly seeking alternatives to the dollar, it still overwhelmingly dominates as the currency by which people lend or borrow or save. And it remains the dominant currency by which most nations measure their own assets and debt. So I do think it's important to put this very real economic transition into perspective. Though the dollar is increasingly marginalized among the BRICS bloc member nations, for example, the dollar is and will remain very strong in the foreseeable future, even though we have some major competitors and counterparts. One very important development appears to be already happening as more and more nations do de-dollarize, less and less are behind on the spending. This is absolutely key. Remember, nations buying and selling U.S. dollars in turn importantly purchase U.S. Treasury bonds with their surplus dollars, so as not to lose money in the exchange process, going back to their own currencies. This in turn allows the U.S. government to print up pretty much as much money as it wants, because they assume that plenty of foreign nations using the US dollar, will purchase up all the debt in the form of US treasuries. The simple fact of the matter is that de-dollarization means that the treasury just simply prints money at the pace it's been doing over the last several decades, which in turn means that perhaps finally our government can at least begin the process of starting to live within its means, stop funding the endless wars, and prioritize the interests of the people over and against the interests of the financial class led by an out-of-control Federal Reserve. If that happens, then de-dollarization may not just benefit the international communities, it may have extraordinary benefits here. Don't forget to make sure to click on that link below and get your free book.
For inside, imagine you're playing really hard. Things when I'm really strong, a lot of times and getting a lot of calls and going back and forth and a lot of calls and working and something about pressure. Just being able to.
I wasn't even gonna make a video about this, but y'all that made me make a video about Angel Reese slapping Caitlin Clark across the top of the head with a flagrant foul. But that's not it though. That's not it. We'll watch that. But why is it that the WNBA hates themselves so much that when they finally get some popularity and they get some gravitas, that they want to sabotage it all? And black people, look at me when I'm talking to you. What y'all doing? Stephen A, are you serious, bro? Y'all showing y'all's true colors. Women are showing their true colors, and black folks are showing their true colors with a white girl that's just hooping, trying to live out her dream. This ain't my third time recording this because I feel like I'm losing my mind and my temper, and I'm trying to be more focused so I can prevail against black people sick of y'all. I'm just from an impartial place. I'm a Christian. I'm black, white, man. I'm none of that. I'm Brandon Tatum, and I'm a Christian. So I'm gonna step back. I don't have no loyalty to white, black, nobody. Objectively speaking, black people tired of y'all. Y'all messing it up. We'll get to this. But y'all tripping. I look at kids getting arrested by police officers, y'all twerking and fighting cops, high-speed chases, complaining about the white man every day. All y'all do is complain. And be in the community, cutting up, acting a fool, being silly, and then when somebody say, yeah, y'all silly, right. And then you know that other black people are causing your demise, but yet you blame the white man. You know better than that. Kid gets shot by a police cop, and y'all blaming the white man. And then you get the WNBA full of black lesbians. This is probably the most predominantly black sport in America, professional sport. Y'all get on there. You got a girl that come into the league. Y'all cry about discrimination and racism all the time. You get a girl that come into the league because she ain't a black lesbian. Y'all hating on her. Y'all mad at her getting shine. And y'all don't understand how silly y'all are. I'm going to show you an example after you see this flagrant play. I'm going to show you the example of the difference between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese in the press conference. Listen to the way they talk, the way they act. And then I'm going to play Stephen A. Smith and the racist stuff that he's going to say in his news thing. That's where Caitlin Clark out there hitting him with the three bangers. She go to the plane and this what happened. Look at this, y'all. Now, do I think that this is intentional 100%? No. Is it flagrant? Yes. She has no reason to be swinging her arm this hard and you ain't nowhere near the ball. She ain't nowhere near blocking this ball. And what dirty players do, because I think Angel Reese is a dirty player, what she do is she makes sure that she swing her hand hard as she can, as wild as she can, because if she actually hit the ball, she still gonna hit the girl on the top of the head. And that's how they do. They play dirty like that. and I'm saying people like Angel Reese. I'm not saying black players play dirty. I'm saying her specifically. Because look at this. This makes no sense.
To Angel.
Look. You ain't even close to that ball, girl. You ain't close to that ball. And she whipped that thing and she popped it right in the head.
Yep, across the head, and they will go to the monitor to review this one.
Yeah, that's right.
Boom. Like it's football. Just totally whacked her in the head. Now, did she do the play to whack her in the head? No. I think that she's one of them players that just got to do a little extra all the time. And because it's Angel Reese, they would love to. Because it's Caitlin Clark, they'd love for this to happen to her.
I think it'll be upgraded here.
And before I start, I'm gonna criticize her teammates too, because if this was somebody else, man, I feel like they've been all in her grill. I feel like they'd be like, hey, hit homegirl, like when she got slammed to the ground. Girl should have been like, what's up, girl? You ain't gonna hit my teammate like that. They just, poor Katie, they pick her up and let her just get bludgeoned. And I'll tell you this, ain't nobody gonna get in a press conference and stand up for her and say it's wrong, what they doing to my teammate is wrong. They ain't gonna say nothing to her. They secretly on the inside, they happy that white girl get done like that, even if they're on the team. That's just my opinion. Now listen to Caitlin Clark's reaction to this.
I'm thinking about. It's part of basketball. Bashing Angel Reese. No, they attacking me. No, I'm white. They got something to get me on. She poised. Yeah, they have to get her and they doing stuff probably they should do. She stay like this. That's why she got a Nike deal like she do. That's why she was the #1 overall pick. That's why everybody trying to watch women's basketball, because she's a model athlete. And we ain't seen that in a long time in the WNBA. Let's look at Angel Reese.
Angel, I want to get your assessment from the first half to the second half. The first half, you and Camilla were cooking in the first half there, but what happened in that second half?
I thought we were getting somewhere with Stephen A. And I realized you can take the end out of the ghetto, you can't take the ghetto out the end. Let me say this, you can take the racism, you can take the end out of the environment of racism, you can't take the racism out of the end. Look at this fool.
But there's a broader issue here that can't be escaped. And that is this. She is a white young lady. And she's been a magnet in a way that has benefited the league in ways that others have not, even though their efforts have been worthy and deserving of being as
that to me. There is a plethora of white chicks in the WNBA. One of them had Stephen Curry's three-point record in college. She hit more 3 points than he did when he was in college. Now you know it ain't the same because they not playing the same sport. But she at least can brag and say, look, I'm one of the most prolific college basketball shooters ever. She ain't got no shine like Caitlin Clark. What? Caitlin Clark got 2 other white girls on her team. And I would argue one of the other girls on the team look better than her. She got a little appeal, she got a little sex appeal. She still don't get no love like Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese, if Angel Reese was all this and all that, why she don't get the love? Oh, because she black. Shut up. LeBron James, man, white people in Tokyo be kissing LeBron James' toenail. Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time. When you say the GOAT, ain't nobody saying Larry Bird. They say he up at the top, he ain't no GOAT. What you mean? Michael Jordan, the GOAT. You know what I mean? White people didn't play basketball, they ain't the GOAT. They not like Kobe. There ain't nobody talking about Larry Bird. You talking about Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Shaq. You go down the list, even D Wade with his weird self. Everybody talking D Wade's a Hall of Fame, greatest shooter of all time. You got Allen Iverson. You know how many white dudes? That dude that used to be on the N1 mixtape. That dude was just as good as Allen Iverson when it comes to the women. They call him white chocolate. You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? Man, if you love basketball like I did, you know who white chocolate is. White chocolate didn't get no love compared to none of the players in the NBA. He was probably better than a lot of them. In the N1 mixtape, he had the handles, he had the best handles that I've ever seen. But he didn't get no love like that because they prioritize black people. Talking about the white man. Stephen A, shut up. You are such a lame. Somebody made Stephen A change his tune. He was saying that Caitlin Clark, they were doing it wrong, and they ain't talking about because she a white girl.
And it's a reminder that no matter how far we believe that we have advanced as a society, there's still such a long way to go. Because in the end, if you're white, you're bright, you're right, and as a result, the shine comes your way in the eyes of a lot of people in America.
I can't I'm gonna have a stroke. I want to cuss. Can I cuss one time? I want to cuss one time. I just can't stand how mother freaking stupid this is. I'm pissed, man, that this black man gets on the television, talks like this. You know how stupid this is? Well, you know, in America, if you white, first of all, give me the big screen. First of all, most of the people that are watching sports are white. Most of the jerseys sold are sold to white people. And the players that get the most shine is black people. They're black people. Negroes. Blacks. Who got the best selling jersey in the NBA? I bet it's a black dude. Luka probably getting a little shine now. Jason Tatum? Who the cup? Black people, I'm done with y'all. I can't fool with y'all like that no more. Y'all always talking about white people. White people are better than y'all. Generally speaking, they're better than y'all. No. Let's take it there then. Let's take it there. White people are just better than y'all. White people, majority of them ain't stupid enough to get on TV and act this stupid. Stephen A making millions of dollars a year. He know better than this. Because Caitlin Clark, the first time in history a white girl gets some love in the WNBA, and he gonna say something stupid like this. And it didn't ain't it, because the politicians are stupid, the leaders are stupid. None of y'all make sense. These young boys out here thugging every day. Go look at Smash and Grab. Google Smash and Grab. Number of black people doing it. Number of black people. Every time you see somebody acting up on television, on social media, anywhere, it's black people. Look at the murder rate. If black people quit murdering each other, we'll be 50% less murders. I would say 50%. 50% of all the murders. I mean, what would we be? There wouldn't be no gun violence in America if it wasn't for black people. It would be rare. We commit half of the murders in the entire country. What are we saying? I was just in Detroit, and they had 10 people get shot at a splash pad. Black people. And we get on TV saying something like this. Then y'all, I'm just so sick of this stuff, man. Homophobe, misogynist, racist. The white man is the reason why you on TV, Negro. Do you not get that? The white man on the network gave you an opportunity. Where would black people be without white people? Come on, give me on the big screen. Like, can y'all stop it already? Where would black people be without white people? Go to Africa and you'll find out. And the white people brought the religion to Africa, to be honest. They bring a lot of the Christianity and Catholicism to Africa. They the ones doing the mission trip. Well, what are black people doing? What do black people got? Any country, name a country where it's primarily black and people want to go live at. Where the most successful black people live at? In America, in Europe. I'm talking about generally speaking, on average, the most successful black people live in white people's countries. They don't live in black people's countries. They don't live in South America. Poorest, desolate, starving black people. Look at Haiti. Why? All these celebrities making all this money. Why don't y'all donate? Celebrities can go turn Haiti around probably in 48 hours. Y'all ain't helping your own people. Black people wouldn't even be here. You'd still be a slave to black people if it wasn't for these white people. And I know there was some good and bad that happened in there, but man, god dang. All y'all do is bite the hand and feed you. All you do is complain about white people. And white people minding their own business, building their own stuff, and y'all ain't done nothing with what's been given to you. HBCUs. Black people don't even want to go to HBCUs. The only black people that go to HBCUs are ones that have to go because they can't qualify to get in a better school. And then there's some sprinkled in there that just traditional. They want to go to an HBCU. I would argue that if they had an opportunity to go to somewhere else, they'd go somewhere else. Why do athletes don't go to HBCUs? Majority of the top athletes around the country are all black, and they don't go to HBCUs. Why? Because HBCUs are terrible. Don't believe me. Go, what's his name? Deion Sanders. He was a coach at Jackson State. Why he didn't stay? Okay, he working with the white man. Why he didn't stay? Because it's terrible. They wasn't paying them like they supposed to. They don't have the resources. They don't have the support. All you black people out here hating on white people, y'all ain't supporting him at Jackson State. He go to Colorado and make millions of dollars. And y'all still hating on the man. Where y'all at, man? I grew up in a black neighborhood. Don't lie to me. When black people move in, everything get bad. What y'all talking about? When y'all move in, everything go to crowd. We were young, we lived in Crowley. Nice white neighborhood. Nothing but white folks. Negroes moved into Crowley. Now look at it. Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop this. Humble yourself. Black people just the most disrespectful, dishonoring people I've ever met. I'm not saying every black person, but it's a lot of them. How you gonna get on TV, bro, and say because this girl white? What? You know how disrespectful that is to the game of basketball? And they do it with no shame on planet Earth. But yet, this Negro will go vote for a white man. If it's all about race and black people don't have, they vote for only black people. They ain't gonna do it. You think Stephen A. lived where the black people live? Mother F no. He lived with nothing but white people. Who's Stephen A. kicking with? He probably go golf with nothing but white people. And he on there talking like this. Just the biggest backstabbing, lame people I know is black people. Y'all done got me to the point where I gotta say something. I love black people, man, and there's a lot of black people I like, but generally speaking, black people are the worst. Y'all are the worst in America because you have so much ability, so much opportunity, and you still complaining. That's what makes you the worst, because you still complaining. You still glorifying the terrible music. You ain't got nothing saved. You ain't got invested in nothing. You're not building nothing, and you're just complaining about white people. All this time when you complain about white people, you could have been building something, but you didn't. Y'all still talking about Black Wall Street. They built back Black Wall Street 3 years later. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about, man? We had people had their own bus line, millionaires, inventors. We have all this stuff. And y'all dumb Negroes don't even know we had it. Y'all sitting there mad at the white man don't even know your own history. Vote for Democrats. And Democrats was a part of slavery. And y'all dumb Negroes still vote for Democrats. And you mad at white people. Education, terrible. I'd never send my kid to a black school to get a good education. Never. Name one. You got Duncanville, DeSoto. That's probably in the whole country. Probably 5 black schools that's probably worth your kids going to. The rest of them run down, no resources, no nothing. No guidance, no nothing. I went to all black schools. There ain't nothing going on up in there. Yeah, we got scholarships, we got to play sports. Yeah, we good at that, but man, everything else is just, I would never let my kid go to that school. I don't want him to be exposed to that violence and chaos. Y'all can be mad at me after one. I don't give a F. Because black people are so disingenuous. It's crazy to me. First one complaining. I don't really do the white men, they treat us like y'all treat white people just as bad. I was just in Detroit, and in Detroit, they were telling me that when white people move into the black neighborhood and build up the house and stuff, black people go and call them crackers and stuff and say, what y'all doing in our neighborhood? They don't want white people to come in their neighborhood. Racist. I can go on for 100 years about this. I gotta get off this. I'm so, like this stuff, this Caitlin Clark whole situation, just make black people look so desperate and stupid. And Stephen A. coming on here saying this, man. I lost all respect for Stephen A. after this. I was getting a little bit of respect because it sounded like, man, Stephen A. is the lamest dude I have ever heard of in my life. That man ain't got no dang backbone. Somebody stuck their finger up his butt and made him say what he's saying right now. Stuck his finger up his butt and controlled his mouth with their thumb. Bro, you know better than to say something like that, Stephen.
A Catholic school board should not promote any political or cultural beliefs that is not biblical.
I can tell you right now, our students don't feel safe in school.
Replacing national and provincial flags with LGBT flags sends the wrong message to our children and supporters of Catholic education.
For the first time, I'm glad for the decision. So this is not excluding anybody, but rather this is following the teachings of Jesus Christ.
Everybody, your voices are so powerful, it's more powerful than mine. Please continue to speak out.
There's going to be no space in the future where any diversity of opinion is permitted.
Honestly, I think it's more about trying to undermine Catholic values and teachings. Everything the flag represents, unfortunately, is of sexual nature.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Mississauga, Ontario. And folks, I'm standing outside the headquarters for the Dufferin Peel Catholic District School Board, and there's going to be a very contentious motion on the floor, we understand tonight. Namely, is this Catholic school board going to raise the rainbow pride flag? Now, it hasn't been done before, but there are those on the board that apparently want to see this done, and it's contentious because raising a pride flag at schools, well, this indeed goes against Catholic values. As well, those campaigning against this initiative say that schools should never be in the business of promoting dangerous ideologies, especially ones that seek to sexualize children. Now, I imagine the people here, there'll be camps both pro and con in terms of raising the rainbow flag. We're going to go in, we're going to observe, and who knows if it's anything like last year at the York Catholic District School Board. Plenty of fireworks last summer. Let's see what transpires here tonight.
So I'll ask you to just stay tuned for the board meeting in a short little while, but I do have a prepared statement if you don't mind. I wanted to thank you to all the ratepayers who signed the petition, sent emails, and came here this evening to attend this meeting. Well done, I applaud you all. Don't think that you can vote your way out of these difficult situations. Your voices are more powerful than mine. Please be present, use your voices, and ask the hard questions. We are called to love all people, whatever their beliefs are. We are not discriminating against anyone. There is only one symbol that should be promoted by a Christian, and that is the cross. No other symbol has any importance to a Christian, and under the banner of the cross, we do embrace and love our LGBTQ plus friends.
We just have to watch how this board meeting proceeds tonight, and maybe depending on the outcome, perhaps you can talk to us afterwards.
Wonderful. Thank you, David. Thank you for coming out. God
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Trustees or staff, those who are experiencing same-sex attraction or are
happened today with this attempt through an emergency vote, no less, to get the pride flag flying at Catholic schools?
For the first time, I'm glad for the decision because now we're standing on our value and we're standing to stick on them, which is it's a good thing.
I am happy that today, at least, they stood with Catholic values. To be inclusive, the Catholic faith is inclusive. We are naturally inclusive. All are sinners and all are called to repent. So this is not excluding anybody, but rather this is following the teachings of Jesus Christ, following the Catholic faith, and really just picking up our cross and following God, right?
Well, Paula, you must be happy with what transpired today.
I am. I'm very happy. And I have to thank all the ratepayers, all the moms and dads, everybody. Your voices are so powerful. It's more powerful than mine. Please continue to speak out. You won here this evening and continue to do it. Continue to hold everyone to account. These are your tax dollars at the end of the day, and you need to hold everyone to account. God bless everyone. Thank you.
We're seeing a lot of people using the Catholic label without adhering to the teachings of the church, which is a fundamental part of being Catholic, is listening to what the tradition and what our Catholic authorities have taught for generations.
What is the unspoken agenda by those, including those in this school board, who are trying their darndest to get that pride flag raised?
Honestly, I think it's more about trying to undermine Catholic values and teachings because they know where the Catholic Church stands on the LGBT issues. It knows where it stands on the pride flag and all that. So I think it's just trying to subvert and undermine and overrule the Catholic values that the board is supposed to represent already.
Really, it's inappropriate and it's pushing sexuality on children. Everything the flag represents, unfortunately, is of sexual nature, and we need to follow God, right? God calls us all to live holy and good and chaste lives.
There were those on the sidelines who are saying that it is inevitable for those, pushing this agenda to have the pride flag raised to go to the Ontario Human Rights Commission to basically override the school board. Is that a fear?
Well, religious rights are just as much accepted in the Human Rights Code. So we are protected in the Human Rights Code as, with our religious rights. So I believe these are competing rights, and who's to decide which right is more, just or not? So they're competing rights. So, we all have our rights.
The attempt, of course, is domination, and there can be no spaces that are left untouched. So the idea that anyone could have different beliefs, that's odious to those who want to dominate, who want to colonize. So that's why you're going to see them go after Catholic schools. But any other spaces that aren't currently occupied by pride symbolism, even private schools, like they're next.
Yeah.
There's going to be no space in the future where any diversity of opinion